Ripple's case against the SEC isn't over yet, but things are getting increasingly clearer. What will happen next? Will Ripple win the case soon? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away $500 at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome back XRP Army. Ripple's motion to have Exhibits A and B in the defendant's response to the SEC's submission of 3 more papers for the in-camera review sealed was granted by Judge Sarah Net Byrne, who noted that the business had requested that the documents be sealed. At the time of its decision to have the documents sealed, Ripple stated, "We have conferred with the SEC and understand that it does not object to filing these materials under seal, pending an opportunity for the SEC to review the submitted materials and determine whether to ultimately request sealing." Ripple and the individual defendants Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse have not taken a position on whether or not the material will be kept confidential in the future. The information is, nevertheless, included in the discovery materials that have been filed with the court in connection with discovery-related disputes, which have been designated as confidential by the party that has supplied it to the court. According to Ripple's legal advice, as a result, they are not considered court records and do not fall under the ambit of the presumption of public availability. Neither Exhibits A nor B are part of the discovery materials that were exchanged between the parties as part of a mandated procedure in order to allow for an orderly preparation for trial. They are not intended to educate or titillate the general public about the case in question. Accordingly, Judge Net Byrne has granted the motion on an interim basis, with the understanding that the court would reconsider its judgment when deliberations on the merits of the underlying matter are completed. The Securities and Exchange Commission was ordered to make the 3 files public following the successful filing of Ripple's suit to compel disclosure. The following papers are included in the package. By the way, do you believe the case will come to an end soon? Let us know in the comment section down below. In addition, on January 28, 2019, an email chain was sent out announcing the SEC's Symposium on Digital Assets. It is a debate between SEC workers and representatives from the financial sector about digital assets that was sent out in an email chain on October 25, 2018. In an email communication from September 9, 2019, a distributed ledger technology business requested probably no action relief in response to a lawsuit against it. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, these data are shielded from disclosure as a consequence of the deliberative privilege process, DPP. Hinman's statement was accompanied by a document in which the SEC authorized a third party to analyze a digital asset. It is predicted that the SEC's allegation that Hinman's speech did not represent official SEC policy, but rather his own personal beliefs, as mentioned in the statement, will come under greater scrutiny as a result of this document. Along with correcting an incorrect court decision, Ripple can use these materials to strengthen its fair notice case, which is particularly important in light of the SEC's sometimes contradictory positions on regulatory advice and enforcement, as well as the agency's sometimes conflicting stances on regulatory advice and enforcement. At Phelan Law has posted a really exciting timeline of the SEC case's future events on Twitter, which is a little older but still quite accurate. Comment, XRP Army, if you believe Ripple will win the case. As of right now, the widespread assumption is that Ripple will succeed in its ongoing legal struggle with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC has been accused by several of adopting delaying tactics in the release of evidence that might be harmful to its case, and this has been widely reported. Several recent developments, including these and others, point to a favorable outcome for the defendant. You may be looking for a cryptocurrency that will explode in the near future, allowing you to turn a $1,000 investment into $1 million fortune in a matter of months. If this is the case, XRP will not be a suitable investment for you given your risk tolerance. When it comes to cryptocurrency investors, though, the opposite is true. There is a high likelihood of strong returns both now and in the foreseeable future when they are looking for an asset to invest in. The action brought by the SEC against XRP should almost certainly be won by the cryptocurrency. As a short-term stimulant, it will continue to climb in the next weeks and months. Do you agree that this will lead to a magnificent price rise for XRP? If yes, then make sure to like this video. After all, the outcome of the court case will continue to influence the fate of Ripple and its cryptocurrency. At this point, a potential settlement of the case will act as a substantial impetus for the expansion of Ripple's operations. This, in my opinion, makes it a high-risk financial investment to make. Despite the fact that everything is progressing well, we are unable to tell whether or not Ripple will make a significant reappearance in the near future. For those who do not know, Ripple is a cryptocurrency that may be used as an electronic form of money. Furthermore, it provides the infrastructure that allows banks to transfer funds more quickly between one another. Unlike most other cryptocurrencies, it may be used on any bank, as opposed to being restricted to a single type of network, as is the case with the majority of the others. Therefore, if you have accounts with a variety of service providers, it is the digital coin of choice for you. At the same time, Ripple may exist in 3 unique but related forms at the same time, which is one of its most striking characteristics. This includes its network, which allows for the facilitation of digital payments. The second feature is its software. Alternatively, you might make use of the Ripple cryptocurrency, which is built on top of a specific version, or ledger, of the same payment system known as the XRP ledger, as a second option. To sum it all up, on its own behalf, Ripple Labs is responsible for developing and maintaining the Ripple payment system and exchange network. There are many people who are unsatisfied with the current state of cross-border payments, and you will not be surprised to learn that this is the case after reading this article. It is reasonable to expect high costs and lengthy waiting periods, and there is always the risk that you may end up paying more than you should have been asked to spend. The use of Ripple allows anyone to send money anywhere in the globe without having to deal with any problems. Because all data is transferred via a distributed network rather than being processed by a single central site, as is the case with conventional systems, it is completely secure. When it comes to processing payments, Ripple has never been more efficient than it is right now, with 1,500 transactions per second and approval times of 3 to 5 seconds on average. If Ripple becomes more widely used, it is possible that small business owners may be more willing to accept its use as a payment method in future. The firm has always provided funding to enterprises of all sizes, with the goal of enhancing access to and the speed with which financial transactions and flows are completed in order to contribute to the acceleration of economic growth. Furthermore, despite the SEC lawsuit, Ripple has one of the most trustworthy bank backings of any cryptocurrency in the whole cryptocurrency sector, making it one of the most reliable options for investors. American Express and Santander are only a couple of the financial institutions with which it has established relationships. The bottom line is that central bank digital currency may be used in place of traditional fiat currencies as a kind of currency. Ripple is credited with the invention of this new sort of money and its widespread adoption. There will be many banks and private organizations participating in the pilot testing, which will begin later this year on the Ripple Ledger network and include financial institutions as well as other businesses. The aim is to get transactions verified as quickly as possible, which has never been done previously. Despite the SEC's persecution of Ripple, this trait makes the firm so remarkable that it will certainly be able to convince even the most skeptical of the judges and win their case. What do you think about Ripple? Do you think the SEC case will come to an end soon? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.